GM, we're live. Good morning. We're in a puppy just started. Appreciate all of you. What a day yesterday was. What a day yesterday was in the content streets. I haven't even thought about actual football, best ball in since pretty much this stream, because after that it was a nonstop, largely thanks to the So You Think You Can Tout contest. But let's start off. We're in this draft. It's a new day. It's a nice new slate. We got a solid room here. We got Blueless at myself at the 2, Blueless at the 4. We got Mr. Vinegar at the 8. And is that it? I don't know if I'm missing anyone, but if I am, I'll shout you out. So let's see. We're probably gonna end up with Gibbs on this team from the 2. Chris, the comments automatically wipe after we got Bijan at the 2. All right. The comments automatically wipe after a certain amount of time. I don't know what it is, but they don't stay from the moment that the stream gets created. I don't know what YouTube's thing is. So there was no one went through, no one went through and cleaned them up. So do not worry. But yes, you are first today. You are first today. Go Easy Cards. Unliking the video if Candles doesn't pull a banana out of his pants. Yeah. Again, this is all in reference to the epic After Dark episode from last night. I'm going to wait to give some thoughts on that till probably after the first draft, I'm thinking, because otherwise I'm going to end up having to repeat stuff. But what a show. What a show. I did not, Mr. Vinegar, I promise. I was not policing the live chat. It resets after a certain amount of time. Yeah. Afternoon. Yeah. Again, Chris, I don't know how long they last, but it's not like it doesn't keep them forever. Yeah, not first. Brett, GM to you. Hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you so much. Looking at the board so far, nothing out of the ordinary other than CMC went at the 5 and JSN went at the 6, but that's nothing to write home about. Jake says, Chris, I came to do the same thing after you. That's so good. Appreciate you too. Always first and second in whatever order. You gotta do an exacta box on Mr. Vinegar and Mr. Burkle, because if you try to nail it, it's tough to predict. Gunnar, Ross, GM, Jake, and Chris, and Brett. After Dark was amazing. The tower was unreal. What a time. They're saying it's the golden age. Golden age of content here. Yeah, that's Gunnar Ross noting 599 subs. So hopefully today we hit 600. We'll see. You, dear listener, could be the 600th sub if you haven't subbed already. Please do. Please do. We need all the help we can get, because if last night proved one thing, it's that there are a lot of outstanding applicants to the So You Think You Can Doubt contest, and I want to win it. I want to win, and to do that, I'm going to need all of your support. So again, thank you. You all, I truly have the best viewers out there. GM Gunner says, Brett got in a super flex. We'll be watching, hoping Toxic Tower takes the lobby down. I don't think any tower people got in this one. All right. 10 watt. Sorry, I think the algo likes when you start on time. I thought about starting a few minutes early. I actually thought about starting 10 minutes early and doing a golf draft, but I didn't know if people would actually want to watch that. So we just started normal. Chris says, "Did you catch After Dark?" Sure did. And again, I'll give my full synopsis as the morning moves along. GM brother, hey, GM to you, perfectly cromulent. I was in an epic chess match right before this, and I was thinking about you guys. Ended in a draw. I eked out a draw because I was going to lose on time, but I managed to take my opponent's remaining pieces because I knew I did not have time to checkmate them. But it was I should have done better. I should have won. All right, we got Bijan at the 2. Brock Bowers is here. I think we just go Bijan Bowers. Let's go Bijan Bowers and see what happens. have to say I've ended up with a few Bijan, Bowers, Jacobs teams. But I don't think that's the worst thing to end up. We'll see what Zen Q does, but it would be hard for me to pass on Jacobs, as uninspiring of a click as it feels. Josh Jacobs is probably going to score a lot of touchdowns if he stays healthy. So let's do that. The sidekick, it's on strike. That's okay. We'll figure that out. Caddy Kev, morning to you, Caddy Kev. Hope you're having a great one. Blueless, GM everyone. GM to you, Blueless. Appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. I see you in here at the 4. You got Puka Rice. Not bad. Brett will flush $3 down the toilet. That's what they did. They got us all hooked on Superflex. Chris, I suspect JT Bittinger has a man on the inside wiping my comments. Wheels within wheels. That wouldn't surprise me. Mr. Bittinger's wily. Howdy in GM. GM to you, Emo Cowboy. What a day. What a show. Emo. You got thrown a curveball. And the curveball you were thrown also had some wicked spin on it. Like you were given a tough task. Willie asking, who are my truest picks? My heart is with Ricky Fowler, and my head is with Xander. In one and done, I'm taking Fowler, but I used Xander earlier in the year, so I'm sticking with Ricky. We'll see. He won here way back in the day at Quail Hollow. I think 2026 golf needs a good story. I'm giving it to my man Ricky Fowler, but it's tough. It's not necessarily the world's greatest setup for him. You got to be pretty long here. He's not the longest guy on tour, but I think they're going to end up playing with preferred lies, which might put a premium on accuracy. He's very accurate off the tee, so I don't know. He's in better form than people realize. He's got a couple top 10s recently. I'm going with that. My guy Ricky. GM Chad. GM with you, Danny. Appreciate you. Pre-bunked. Rough night. Thoughts and prayers to you, Emo. Emo handled himself well. Jets drop bombs. GM to you. GM to you. Oh my gosh. There's the stud subbed my. Oh my gosh. Did we hit it? Angry Dragon FF. Appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. One of the last 4 that Pete brought up, did the live vote. Appreciate you, Angry Dragon. I am sad you were not in on time, because I would have liked to see Mayo's reaction. I suspect it might have been positive, but yeah, I thought you would have been a good heel. So it's the way she goes. I dominated, says Emo. Dominated. Toxic Tower, never heard of her yet. GM Kev says Emo. GM to you, Kevin. Kevin, always appreciate you. One of my first ever viewers. Thank you. Well, you know what? It was hard to. It was all such a blur. It was all such a blur when the banana came out. We got Bijan, Bowers, Jacobs here. Let's see what we want to do. I imagine it's going to involve taking some wide receivers, but we will see. Kevin saying GM to Emo. Can't wait to hear what you feel about your rating. Yeah, we will get to that. I'm an everyman in size. I mean, there we go. We got to use what we've been given. Epic chess match would be a good band name. Yeah, it was an epic match. I'm telling you. I was getting the old heart racing. Let's take Luther Burden so we don't get our Slappy card revoked, and then see what we can see. Man, I am behind in chat already. Holy moly. Low energy, uncomfortable. He did not shove a banana up his butt. First of all, that's a lie. And the energy level, we will talk about the energy levels. Yeah, Charisma Chad. That's. No one has ever questioned my charisma. Thankfully, that's never happened. Oh, Gunnar Ross, appreciate you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna have to figure out who got it. And we'll get the candle going. All right. No, I thought about bringing a banana on stream. But I didn't want to steal Emo's bit. Gunner's got to bounce. I got stuff to do. Let's get to 600. Yeah, we got to get to 600 subs. Autopilot in the Superflex, and I'm in your room. Oh my gosh. Emo, truth serum, chat is charisma. Otherwise, wouldn't it be 600 subs in a few months? Had to poke my boys. I don't know. There was some doubt. There was some doubt last night. All right, go easy cards. Justin Thomas need a Hail Mary. Yeah, I wanted to like JT more than I did. I've seen a few people on Thomas. One of the PJ touts I like, I can't remember who, was on JT. Definitely gonna have super low ownership. As a Bills fan, says Sladen, I got to point out Josh Allen's never been angrier and the Bills defense has never been worse. Could be a legendary 11-6 season where the Bills score and give up 500 points. I mean, I am overweight on Josh Allen, I think. I'm definitely overweight compared to where the sidekick would have me. I worry with this Brady system that they're running with. They have not shown that willingness to unleash him. But yeah, I would love to see a Josh Allen legendary season. Yeah, what a night indeed, Purple Yosh. Wrong. I'm wrong all the time, Pre-Bunked. I am wrong all the time. Do not fret. Rick seemed to take one on the chin. Is a terrible heel, says Brett. Here we go. One man's opinion. Did Bluelist, did you get the sub? Did Bluelist get it? I honestly feel the worst for BBG. He had a rough go for... I don't think he had a crazy day, Pre-Bunked. He had a crazy day. He had a roller coaster of emotions. I was stressed out just hearing about BBG's day. So let me get my candle going from Gunnar Ross. Gunnar Ross, appreciate you so much. Bluelist, you were the recipient. Let me make sure that's right. So I don't Gunnar Ross. Yes, it was Bluelist. Awesome. All right. Bluelist from Gunnar Ross. Gunnar Ross, thank you again so much for the support. We're coming up on the clock from Gunnar Ross. Oh my gosh. And it is the 7th. And we will take... I would have taken Caleb there, so that's a little unfortunate. I guess we'll do Lemon here. I'll take one of Ramondre or Pollard after this. ZenQ might leave me one. I would take Ramondre if I end up with the choice here. All right, on 5, 7, 26. All right, so he does leave me that. I'll just grab Ramondre here. Perfectly happy with this. Our start is Bijan, Jacobs, Ramondre, Luther Burden, JMO, Makai Lemon, and Brock Bowers. I really like the start. But I also really like the start of the day when we get to start the day with a candle. Appreciate you so much. Gunnar Ross, welcome. Or excuse me, Bluelist, welcome, courtesy of Gunnar Ross. Don't go out. I haven't lost a candle yet. I don't want to start today. Do not want to start today. All right. There we go. There we go. Emo was trying to be more collaborative, says Angry Dragon. Raylish GMGM, hope you're having a great day out in Brazil. Raylish, important part of the international audience here on the Chad Cannell's YouTube channel. Angry Dragon wants a shot to come in and do something crazy. Well, you never know. You never know. This is not Superflex Raylish, but don't fret. Don't fret. We will make sure the Superflex folks are serviced. If you didn't enjoy last night, you don't enjoy Freebird. It's true. It's true. Emo agrees. He likes Josh Allen at cost. Free the banana again. You'll have to tune into the Toxic Tower. Cromulette, remember BG saying going to go in on Overzet, but I don't see it. What happened? I don't know if you're being serious, but there was a little bit of a bait and switch, if you will. The Toxic Tower thought they were going on for a normal Hang with Pete stream, as he does on the not Toxic Tower stream, Best Ball After Dark. And instead, BBG was informed that he has made the next step of the competition and will have additional challenges, and then was tossed overboard. That left Tyler. And Tyler, PPR Tyler, was informed that he's in a different category called the locks, where he does kind of an automatic bid into the second round, that he does not have to deal with the stuff that BBG will. And that left, and then he was sent on his way. And then that left Emo Cowboy. And then Emo Cowboy was brought on stage with Rickadoozle, and they were given the task of ranking about 40 of the So You Think You Can Tout applicants. It was electric stuff. Emo, I'd be flattered if everyone brandished a banana on stream. I can't steal your bit. Chris says, I like you took the value picks. They all happen to be NFC. Yeah, I agree. We got a little bit of an NFC North thing. I'd be lying if I didn't say I have a strong preference to end up with Goff or with Love plus one of the Packer receivers. That's the plan. You'll have to tune into the Toxic Tower. To find out the fate of the banana. There's a no badge Sweet Leaf impersonator. Oh my gosh, Sweet Leaf. We can't have that. We can't talk that. Angry Dragon, we know. I'm telling you, I am disappointed that we do not have you as a heel in the contest. I am sympathetic. All right, what do we want to do? I kind of think I want to take Love now. I would be pretty surprised if I probably should have taken Golden first, because if for some reason this guy takes Golden, I'm going to be really irritated with myself. We'll see. I hope that doesn't happen. I'll feel pretty dumb if it does. Okay, yeah, I should have taken Golden first, because then worst case, I'll take Goff instead. So let's do this. So we got Jordan Love, Bijan Jacobs, Ramondre, wide receiver room of Burden, J-Mo, Mekhi Lemon, and Matthew Golden. I'm not a humongous Matthew Golden fan, but I don't know. I don't want to be totally out on the guy. Pete did BBG dirty. Should have shown some Oh, no, not at all. That's been a long-running bit, pre-bunked. That's been a long-running bit of that is a little inside baseball. I wonder how much Rickadoozle knew. I'm very curious. To know what he knew. If he knew he was going on with Emo, if he told he was coming when he found out. I think that is a little bit interesting. Fun shows Toxic Tower earned an actual After Dark. People are saying. The Evil Corporation made BBG beats edamame. I know. It sounded like he was at like a bougie California like prison. Like, oh, you have to scan in every day. The cafeteria food's bad. I was like, are we sure this man was at work? Did Kraft fly up the board, or has he been here? That's like, I think his ADP is like exactly 83, Angry Dragon. Pre-bunked, that's a fair point. It's hard to argue Rick didn't help his stock. Well, Emos took a big hit. Again, pre-bunked's opinion. Pollard's ADP is rising fast. Yes, it is. Yes, he's been one of the risers from day one. Rick says, Emo is right. It was a great stream, as is this one. Chad is a wonderful presence to have in the community. Appreciate that a lot, Rick. And I think you handled yourself very well. Again, I'm curious as to whether you knew you were what you were walking into, because, you know, unless this was like a really well scripted thing and Emo actually knew, which I don't think. I don't think Emo knew what was coming. I am curious. Well, you know, A Taminga. A Taminga. All right. You know what? Let me say this. Do any of you watch MMA? I watch MMA, and I'll have the occasional wager on it. I'll watch it for DFS. And you know what? I went into once I realized it was going to be Emo and Rickadoozle. Emo has been a very long time supporter of me, of my channel. The Tower has been super supportive of me. So I went into it through the lens of, you know, quote unquote rooting for Emo. Rick, you have been extremely friendly. I have nothing against you, but you know, I have a long history with Emo. Rick, I thought you did very well. I thought you did well. Emo, I thought you did well too. You were thrown into an uncomfortable situation. I don't think either came out looking bad. I don't know what the prompt was, right? Like, was the prompt to see if two people that don't get along can cooperate and create ranks? Was it to be combative and entertaining at the same time? I'm thinking Malik Willis because there's no quarterbacks here. It was very good content. I thought that the energy levels kind of varied throughout it. I think at Emo at first, I felt like you were trying to not engage. And then I don't know, it varied a little up and down, but overall I thought it was an awesome show. I thought you guys both did really well. And that's what I think. So again, I am very reluctant to say either was a quote unquote big winner or big loser. I didn't see it that way. So that was my take on the matter. I took Jonathan Brooks there. We can go over the teams, but I wanted to say you guys both got put in a very uncomfortable situation, and it's very easy to be on the outside and critique it. But I would be remiss to say I was like, oh, either one ended up with, as some kind of net negative. GM Fantasy Football Garage, appreciate you. Perfectly Cromulent went to sleep last night, fell asleep because work has been kicking my ass. So you got to catch it. You got to catch it. I disagree, Brett. I do not think Rick will fade away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think Rick kept his cool. I think Rick was in a tough environment. The chat was very pro Emo, and I think he kept his cool. But it's a tough. And he's dealing with Emo, who is an electric streamer, who is super quick-witted, who knows ball. That is not I wouldn't want to have to be in a combative situation with Emo. That's brutal. That is brutal. So again, I think everybody handled their business. GM gang, GM2, Greg. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate you. Perfectly Cromulent. Thought on Warren's ADP. He was the only tight end beating McBride until the Jones. I like Warren a lot. Perfectly Cromulent. And one of the things I don't love is that Loveland and Warren's ADPs are line up. So sometimes when you take Loveland, you get a falling Warren and you can't grab him. But then other times, if you don't take Loveland, someone grabs Warren earlier. I really like both of them. I really like both of them at cost, especially compared to McBride. Tim Michael Wave, GM, appreciate you so much. Hope you're having a good one. I hope Cullen is proud of me. I really feel bad. I've been saying his name terribly for like a month and a half. All right, we're coming back up. Quarterbacks are drying up. With apologies to ZenQ, I'm just going to take Bryce Young here. I'm going to take Bryce Young. I'll make my next pick. Then I'll service the the poor audio listeners. If they're trying to follow this team, it has been tough. It's been a little bit tough, but this to me is a better range to grab a running back. I've got Coleman, Mitchell, Marks, Charbonnet. I think those are a little bit of a better tier than the wide receivers, with the exception of Juwan Jennings. He could rise up, and he also could be the Dolphins wide receiver one. With that said, let me grab Jonah Coleman. I take a ton of Keaton Mitchell, but I'll grab some Jonah Coleman. Cully and Hoffman is the ultimate. All right, there we go. There we go. Tim Microwave, Chad is such a professional. Well, I appreciate Tim Microwave. I appreciate that. Rick Aduzel says, I have no idea what we were going to do. I obviously knew I was coming on with the Toxic Tower boards. I was surprised about the twists and turns as anyone. So there we go. There we go. So there was some level of knowledge, but not the prompt. I see the machine is using the Rick Aduzel ranks. Yeah. There we go. It would have been a tough spot for anyone. I agree. It was not easy. I came away impressed with both. Rick, I know you're you were newer to streaming and doing this, and it is it is very hard to come up with a quip off the top to be ready. That was not an easy prompt. And again, Emo, you were thrown into a very difficult situation, especially because you were mentally prepared for a chat with Pete, which you've got to be on your A game for, and you got something completely different. And so I applaud you for that as well. And I really think you hit your stride the longer the show went on. I'm not equivocating, Pre-Bunked. This isn't equivocating. The easy thing for me to do would be to say, I think Rickadoozle sucks. And then everyone would be like, yay. But I didn't. I'm telling you, I think he did good. Like, I have most of my viewers are fans of Emo and are fans of the Tower, right? So if I was truly trying to just pander, I would pile on, but I'm not. I'm sorry. Feelings on how they ranked you. Oh, yeah. The charisma comment. I did think it was so for those who don't know, they gave me an 8, which I feel like was really nice. I appreciate that. I did think it was funny how Emo said, like, and Chad, he's not the most charismatic guy. He knows he's not the most charismatic guy in the world, but he makes it work. And he makes it work every day. I was like, okay, you know what? I know what he's trying to say. It's fine. Like, you're in the moment. I get it. I get it. I don't have the glorious hair that a lot of you guys do. But then you were ranking Emo, you were ranking Candyman, and you're like, yeah, he's like Chad. He has no charisma. I'm like, what? Why are we going back to the no charisma? Well, I got downgraded from not the most charismatic to no charisma. Come on. No charisma is brutal. But I know again, it wasn't about me. I knew what you meant. You gave BBG a 3, so I know you were not pulling punches last night. So, but I did think that was pretty funny. But I did get a little needled when you went back to the no charisma well. I was like, oh, come on, man. We don't need to bring that up again. All right, I'll take Isaac Tesla here. Again, this draft is actually coming out decently, but I've done a dreadful job of servicing the audio listeners. We are talking about the After Dark show. The After Dark show, which was electric. Gosh, Antonio Williams he's rising up the board, huh? Well, if he's going to be a riser, I'll grab him because risers tend to keep on rising. Keep on rising. Darkness, my old friend. Yeah. Again, it's tough. Chad is electric. Chad is electric. Chad is electric today. Perfectly criminal. I find myself taking more Warren lately. Can still get your running backs, wide receivers, elite WB, QB before getting him. Timo, I agree, Cromulent. He's in a kind of a sweet spot where you can be pretty flexible. I like him a lot. It's Daniel Jones, Terrence, right? The Colts starting QB. You're making me nervous, and I'm missing something. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I mean, it's possible that he starts the year on PUP, I guess. But I feel like for our purposes, where I'm drafting mostly 3 QBs, and I care most about the end of the season. That's like I have a lot of worries in my life. That right now isn't one of them. Yeah, okay, elite QB, gotcha. What you meant. I think Bryce Young is too cheap as well. He has like nuclear upside. It doesn't happen as often as some of the other guys, but he has that in his bag. No one was trying to follow that team. So, oh man, Kevin, I like this team. Seems a sidekick, but I don't think that's fair to the sidekick. I probably just needed to restart. Emo, I'll give Rick props for the defeat stance of have a beer at the end. Good comedic energy at the end, veering into jest. I know it was a hard prompt in the goal, so couldn't go too far on that one. Yeah, again, it was a tough prompt. It was like, if you've ever, my guilty pleasure is Scary Movie 3. I think it's really funny. It's the one that makes fun of Signs, 8 Mile, and The Ring are like the main movie. This is an old movie. And there's a rap battle scene, and it's and and the main character is just expecting it to be some random, and it's Fat Joe. And that's what I feel like that was like. Like, you think you're going into this like local thing, and it's like, no, you're now debating emo. That's not easy. Also, couldn't get over the fact that Rick had nothing on his walls. I can't complain because I wish I could decorate this room like a football cave, but instead I have like art my wife made. So sometimes we're kind of stuck with what we got. Purple Yosh, Chad, incredibly diplomatic, and I'm telling you, the easy thing to do would be to just go with the mob. So I appreciate that, Purple Yosh. Thanks, Angry Dragon. I think so too. Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah. I know you were holding it together, Emo, and then you like gave poor BBG a 3. BBG had such a rough day yesterday. Yeah, 0 charisma. I agree, Kevin. I agree. Chad is the Velvet Hammer, honest with grace. Oh, it's funny you say that. I had a law school professor whose nickname was the Velvet Hammer. So that actually means a lot because he was like my favorite teacher. All right, I'm gonna take Gunnar Helm here. All right, yeah, I'll take Gunnar Helm. I thought about taking Ray Davis. Maybe I like that a little more, but I'm kind of into Gunnar Helm this year. You got plenty of charm. 600 subs. Yes. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm pumped to have 600 subs. Thank you all so much for that. That is a great goal. Great goal to hit. A great goal for me, and thank you. It's been awesome. Again, a lot of you were here when I had very few subs. Kevin was here. I mean, I have videos with 8 views on them from when I started. It is a long, hard road doing this. So again, I have nothing but respect for everyone in the content minds, and nothing but appreciation for all of you. Emo, I am unfairly called short. I will rain hellfire on some unsuspecting friend. See, the thing is I am fairly called short, so it just simply doesn't bother me. Joyzy Cards, the best part about last night was Emo's face when he I know. Yeah, there was it was a pretty brutal twist. My sidekick is an anchovy. I remember when I was a kid, anchovies on pizza was like this weird trope. Like, people always would talk about, like, I feel like it got discussed way more than anyone actually ordered anchovies. Daniel Jones is not on your worry list. Yeah, I'm not worried about him. I am not worried on him. Rickadoozle, I own the beer drafting copyrights. You'll hear from my lawyer. Uh-oh. Go AZ Cards. Go AZ Cards, Go AZ Cards is famously not shy to have an adult beverage. Chad, for all the marbles, Raiders of the Lost Ark is great. What would I have against Raiders of the Lost Ark? I don't know who had nothing. Taminga, sorry, I'm behind in chat. Of course we love BBG. BBG's awesome. Much congrats and much. Hey, well, again, thank you all. You pay double for some Velvet Hammer action. There we go. Who knew I could? Maybe we have a new tier of membership. You can join the Wax Pack or the Velvet Hammer treatment. Maybe not. Thank you, Go AZ Cards. Thank you. I don't know about the hardness of the banana because I saw how it was just smushed at the end of the stream, Emo. That's my only concern. No, Greg Dulcich is gone. Who took my guy Greg Dulcich? All right. We'll take Jatavion Sanders. So for the audio listeners, we had built a 3-6-6-3 juggernaut. Jordan Love, Malik Willis, Bryce Young, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre, Jonathan Brooks, Jonah Coleman, Ray Davis, wide receiver room of Luther Burden, J-Mo, Makai Lemon, Matthew Golden, Isaac Tesla, Antonio Williams, and tight ends of Bowers, Helm, and Jatavion Sanders. I actually don't hate this team. I feel like it came out pretty good considering I was a lot more focused on the chat than on the team. But you know what? I'm just gonna hop into a field general. Waiting for two. People want the super flex. Angry Dragon's got 1 subscriber. There we go. I hope you start putting more stuff out, Angry Dragon. You got to see what you got. You don't want to see the Velvet. There we go. Shady says, I'm going to guess that Underdog has continued to change some things as the result of the URL change, that we need to figure out rankings if rankings aren't showing at all. Yeah, Shady, I don't know why it's not showing, because I did restart my computer before this. I could try to uninstall and reinstall on the fly and see if that fixes it. But because I do like having the kick when I'm doing super flex. So let me see if I can do it. Bear with me. I'm on another tab. I am on another tab. Let's see. Uh-oh. I forgot it would do that. Okay, hold on. Okay, we kicked it in the butt and it's happy now. So I had to uninstall and reinstall. But it looks like we have, it looks like we are alive and sidekick in here. The Velvet Hammer, indeed. Indeed. Will you celebrate your 600 subs by having a member stream to flaunt your charisma? There will be, probably tomorrow. I think tomorrow we'll do members. We'll probably do it like last week, where it'll be right after the regular stream. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, they changed the URL to Underdog Sports from Underdog Fantasy, and a lot of the extensions stopped working. Mr. Rogers, aka the Velvet Hammer, how does he not win? I mean, again, I would not have signed up for the competition if I wasn't trying to win it. So we'll see. Hopefully I make it through. Hopefully I make it through to the next round. And I don't know when we all find out. Chris says, I love anchovies on pizza. Wife hates them. There we go. Angry Dragon is like the deep here. You eat my brethren. Oh no. The Velvet Hammer here to put grace in your face. Amy Farrah Fowler's take is correct. Indy didn't affect the action at all in Raiders of the Lost Ark. I have not seen Raiders of the Lost Ark in a long time to kind of replay it to determine if I agree with that. We took hold on. When the draft board is showing. All right. I had to make the sidekick invisible when we have this up. It recommended Jamar Chase. I'll take Jamar Chase. The Billy Jones Show. First of all, good morning to you. Hope you're having a good one. I hope there is a monetization week on So You Think You Can Tout. That's part of the industry I understand the least. Yeah. I have to say, it's not something I know a ton about. You can get monetized at 500 subs, but it's not like all of a sudden you can quit your day job off of that. Emo, the banana was well past its prime. My crotch and floor still smell it. Yeah, I mean, once you crushing the banana was a move. Was a move because you're going to be finding pieces of banana for a while. Have a great day, guys. Back for Brett. You are one of the hardest workers out there. Appreciate you, Brett. Best of luck on the long day. What might be controversial? What are you saying, Pre-Bunked? I don't feel like you hold back. If you think your opinion's controversial, it's probably I don't know. It makes me a little nervous. We'll see what you say though. All right. The Jonathan Taylor goes, the machine wants Dak. Okay, I guess we can do. Oh, I think the machine wants Dak. All right. We will take Dak. So we start Jamar Chase, Dak Prescott. Did we get anyone in here? We got Blueless at the 3. Is that it? I guess that's it. If anyone else is in here, let me know. Go Easy Cards asking, Emo, has any of your employees seen your streams? Yeah, I would wonder. All right, Angry Dragon, would love to see it. Would love to see it. Blueless, the sidekick is working. Excellent. Are you a Mac guy? I don't know if I call myself a Mac guy. I have a PC and a Mac. I'm kind of agnostic. Yep, we're back in business, Shady. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes, Cullen, not Colleen. Good morning, Chad. Good morning to you, Cullen. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're having a good one. Chris says, Google Big Bang Theory, Amy Fowler, Farrah Fowler, Indiana Jones. Okay. Yeah. I've got to watch. I got to rewatch the Indiana Jones movies because I like them, but I haven't seen them in probably at least 10 years. PPR Tyler, Big Chad, GM to you. GM to you, PPR Tyler. PPR Tyler famously threw the to the kind of has a bye week. Sounds like almost like a bye week situation. BBG has made it to the next round. PPR Tyler has a sort of a bye week. So huge congrats to you, PPR Tyler. Also, let me say this. PPR Tyler had one of the funniest moments on his stream yesterday. I asked him, will the Toxic Tower be a united front before we knew what it was going to be? Or will it, or be every man for themselves? And he made a reference to it's like when you go out with the guys and then everyone's trying to talk to one girl and the guys all start telling embarrassing stories. And the embarrassing story he started telling was just so darn funny. I can't believe that's just going to be a footnote in May 6th streaming history, because it was so I was laughing out loud watching this. So PPR Tyler, I appreciate that. I don't want that moment to be forgotten because it was just so darn funny. And I will let people that it is clipped somewhere. It's clipped in the Tower Discord, and it is of course in Tyler's stream. I'll take Jordan Love. Let's listen to the sidekick. We got Dak and Love. East of Ethan, fired up a draft and happy to see you're in a room. I'm in a room where you're streaming. All right, East of Ethan. Glad to have you in here. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. You're right next to me. You're right next to me at the 7. You got Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, and Devon A-Chain. Nice team so far. Nice team so far. Dominga, that banana looked like it had its life drained by the end of the stream. Yeah. My favorite part, and this was addressed in the Toxic Tower show, is like, what if Emo didn't know he was going to be on stream with Rick Aduzel, and so why was there a banana there? Why did he have a banana in his pants? And it was explained that he was planning to do some comedic unknown comedic bit on the show, and it was just better to have a banana down your pants than not. I don't know. I don't know if I was fully there in the logic, but it was anyway. All right, so the sidekick wants Love over Jacobs. I'm gonna IKB this one just a hair because I prefer Jacobs to Love, and I have Jordan, so I think I'd rather make this team bet. I don't imagine sacrificing one pick of kickiness is going to totally tank me, but kind of interesting. That's where it had those two in this one. Brett, I work for a chef from the French Laundry, so it's just what we do. Oh my gosh, yeah, fancy establishment out there, Brett. Emo, if my work friends find my online presence, it's going to be a time. Yeah, I imagine. GM Tiger Uppercut, appreciate you so much. Likewise, Hartman, GM to you. Appreciate you so much. Yeah, you hope not. Angry Dragon, yeah, if my work saw the things I do, they would be playing it for the whole school. Yeah, because Angry Dragon, famously a teacher. I remember in high school, this is before everyone just found their significant other online. Someone found one of the science teacher's online dating profile, printed it out, and taped it to the door, and it was like it was a scandal. Emo, it would be an epic story. Yeah, truly. Yeah, Mr. Golden Ticket. I agree. PPR Tyler just basically he's through. So we don't know the fate of the tower. We've got Emo in limbo. We've got BBG to round 1 and PPR to round 2. I guess you could sort of phrase it. Raiders top tier movie. Agree, Caddy Kim. Bad friends, too many girls to compete. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Emo, PPR on a tear of Looney Tunes moment. It was so good. It was so good. It was amazing. Goolin says, yes, yeah, we really do. Keep it a footnote. No, it should have been the main event. It was so funny. It was so funny because I know you were trying to say it's like your friends just say embarrassing things or just make you look bad or make stuff up, but it was so good. Well, Emo is all about, he's all about the prop comedy, and had that banana locked and ready to rock there. Somewhat surprised I'm not seeing Pickens ahead here, but I guess it does make sense. I would much rather end up with a third quarterback. If I don't end up with a stacked George Pickens Dak thing, I think I'm okay with that. Let me see what I'm dealing with. Yeah, I got two people with only one quarterback. Pretty live to see quarterback run out. Question is, do I want Bryce Young or Daniel Jones? These are also really close. I'm gonna take. No, we'll take Daniel Jones. With Dak and Love, I'm okay if Jones does kind of miss a couple games early. So I'll defer to the kick. This might open up Warren. I imagine his ADP is around 80. Yeah, 86. So maybe we get a Warren stack. We still have Downs available to us. And do we have any? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Downs, Pierce. I'm trying to see where the ADPs are. Pierce at pick 103. So maybe we can stack Pierce with him. We'll see. We will see. Kevin, it's always nice to be in a room where you only have to worry about 10 teams instead of 11 to advance. Well, you're not in this room. Okay. I was afraid you were in here. Tyler couldn't afford any banana. Bananas are like 30-ish cents each. I think he could. Tyler doesn't like fruits and vegetables. I think that's the bigger blocker. I would have taken Pickens. That's a little unlucky. The kick prefers AJ Brown anyway. I would find it odd to end up with Higgins and Chase on a non-Burrow team. It's probably not the worst thing in Superflex, but I'll just take David Montgomery there. Yeah, he'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. 100%. 100%. Emo, look, man, you got to stuff things down your pants, never knowing the golden moment and inspiration. I know, I've been streaming all wrong. I've been streaming like jeans and an idiot when I should have had breakaway pants and a prop comedy closet down there. The pants and banana got me to change lanes. It was good, Rickaduzzel. I agree. I completely agree. Go easy cards. Hopefully BBG woke up this morning and knows he's still in the competition. I don't blame him. He had a wild day. He quit his job. He gave his landlord his 30 days notice. There was a lot of emotional ups and downs. Then he thinks he's gonna go on After Dark with his two buddies and talk to Pete. And instead Pete just hits him with a little revenge from some commentary from the last time those two were on stream together. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. But he was again, he made it to the next round, so he should have his chin up. Yeah, give stealing bananas a whole new meaning. Maybe that's the issue. Emo saw stealing bananas and thought his bananas were under threat, and chose to hide them in the safest place he knew. All right, I'll agree with the kick. We're going to agree with the kick a lot here. Yeah, angry. Yeah, would we re-rank? Would we re-rank Emo for the banana and tearaway pants? Chris said, when I was in school, there was no internet, but my favorite 7th grade teacher modeled swimsuits as a side hustle. Oh, yes. There we go. Yeah, there you go, Angry Dragon. There we go. Arlocks, love V Jacobs. I always wonder how close the Sims have the top two choices. I have wondered that. I have wondered that myself. Um, my I'm always reluctant to say what I think is happening when Shady's just gonna tell me that I'm wrong. My guess is that if it's two players of the same position, it's closer than when it's a player of one position and it's a player of another, especially if it's a player and then a quarterback. I would guess, but I don't know. That would just be my thought, is that maybe if it's like recommending a quarterback and then a bunch of receivers, it thinks that the quarterback is significantly better than the other quarterbacks in the tier. But that is not an official legendary upside position. That is me and my stupid vibes take that doesn't necessarily know. We're all wondering, yeah, exactly. Brett said, never mind, we're not starting till 9. We're opening a restaurant at the HOA/golf community here in Oregon. Yeah. That's that just sounds like you're going to be dealing with difficult clientele. I've worked at a golf course before. I've worked at it as a young man. I worked at a golf course, and they was not the not the easiest customer base. So I apply, and HOAs, of course. We all know HOAs. I will never work for Mr. Keller at French Laundry. I hate Thomas Keller. I don't know Thomas Keller, but you know what? I won't work for him either, Brett. We're boycotting Thomas Keller here, unless he, we can get reservations if we ever go out there. Chad Kendall's use of gifts in Discord is top notch. Well, thank you. I think so too. Tieran said the Colts paying Daniel Jones feel like a bridge QB, which will collapse at the worst possible time, costing their next franchise QB the prime of Taylor and a GM their job. I don't know that I disagree with you, Terrence. I think it feels kind of like when the Dolphins overpaid for Tua, just because quarterback is so hard to hit that when you have someone who's competent enough, you pay them the market rate, and the market rate on QBs is insanely high to where it kind of hamstrings your franchise. But then the alternative is like, well, what do you do? Because they're kind of in a little bit of a window now. They have a really good team. And so you can't just, I don't think he would have agreed to just another 1 year deal. So they were kind of between a rock and a hard place in my opinion. I'm surprised it doesn't have Kraft here. I don't like Penix. I'm in the Tua over Penix camp myself. I'm going to take Tucker Kraft with apologies to the kick. I think Tua is live to just win that job and stick with it. I've come around to he needed a change of scenery. He was really bad in cold weather, which he's not going to get there. He's going to play more than half his games in a dome. You're going to build the offense easy. He's got better weapons, a better O-line. I think he's going to be competent. Yes, Layden, exactly. There is nothing wrong with planning ahead for the banana. To microwave bridge QB, $30 million. He just needs to game manage and let Taylor do Taylor things. Yeah, isn't it pretty long? Aren't they stuck with him for a long time? Daniel Jones. Oh, I'm on the clock. Wait, now it wants Kyle. Oh, I would have taken Reed. You guys are killing me. All right. Well, yeah, I'll take Pitts here. I think I'm far enough Pitts over Ferguson to where I don't really care if it gives Dak a stack. A 2-year. Okay, a 2-year, $88 million extension. I don't know why I thought it was 3 years. That's not that bad. That's just what it costs to have a quarterback. And if this is their window, even if they were bad this year and drafted a quarterback next year, I don't think you're really thinking you're winning the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback, no matter who it is. Bridge to nowhere. Yeah. Angry Jack, is Helen Keller hiring? Yeah. Someone was doing well, yeah. Well, I think she's been gone for a while, Angry Dragon. I'm not sure. I think GM smashing that game type. I'm with you, Game Tight. Smash the like, drop a sub. Lord knows we need it. Consider joining the Wax Pack. We just hit 600 subs. Gunnar Ross, our friend, generously purchased memberships, got a Blue List on there. We got Candle Cam burning bright here. Thank you again, Gunnar Ross. Brett says, this is 2 golf courses on a huge ranch owned by very rich people, 1,800 acres, hundreds of million-dollar homes, 3 restaurants, the whole shebang. Sounds pretty nice. Sounds pretty nice. Pre-bunk. He's a Michelin star chef. Show some respect. I like that we have that we're in a best ball stream and everyone's insulting everyone. People are making Helen Keller references, but insulting a Michelin star restaurant is just beyond the pale. Hey everyone, hey Bayou Bengal. Appreciate you. Brett says no. I don't care about his Michelin star. This guy's the worst. This guy's the worst. To Microwave, he doesn't deserve 50 million, but you might end up 7-1 again. The season went bad when 30 million feels like a fair bet. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I feel like it's not horrible. You're kind of in a tough situation. I'm going to agree with the kick. We're going to take Josh Downs. For the audio listeners, we got a 3-3-3 too. We got Dak, Love, and Danny Dimes, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Byshelf Tootin, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Josh Downs, and then Tucker Kraft, Kyle Pitts. I don't mind this team. Running back feels a little thin. We don't have a lot of depth there, but I do think with Jacobs and Monty, we're not in too terrible of a shape. You never worked in the industry, so yeah, I could imagine it's brutal if you're working for a difficult chef. It has to be tough. What's a good first cut number for show you think you can tout? I thought he said 25. Go Easy Cards, but I'm not sure. How was Laporta ignored like that crazy times? I'm kind of out on Laporta, Sladen, and maybe I shouldn't be. But he's fine. But yeah, he's not my favorite. Woody Marks is here. Keaton Mitchell's here. I think I'm just higher on Mitchell than the market, so I'm just gonna grab him. I know that Sidekick's asking for wide receivers, but I'm afraid by the time running back gets back to me, it's gonna be really grim. And again, I'm above market on Mitchell, so I'm gonna take him. It is possible that Pre-Bunked worked in the industry. We don't know for sure. There's a plaque for Helen Keller at the Cronkite housing on Harvard's campus. Not sure if the plaque is hiring. There we go. There we go. It seems unlikely, but AI is replacing all of our jobs anyway. And Brissett wants to be Arizona's bridge. Don't fall for it, Cardinals. Be stronger than it. I think Brissett is very clearly not Daniel Jones. So we'll see. Pete said 135 to 25, but it looks like there will be more round 1 challenges to fill the last few spots from the BBG announcement last night, says Rick Aduzel. Yeah, I don't know if 25, again, because Pete introduced the idea that there's right now two tiers. And so I don't know if it's 25 total. If after round 1, there will be 25 make it. I'm sure details are forthcoming because I don't know. Pre-bunked. I've had my limits yet. I'm sorry, pre-bunked. Brisket went 2-11. It's different. Yeah, he will sit. Yeah, I don't consider it the same thing. Go Easy Cards. Thanking Rick there. I'm surprised SNL hasn't spoofed Michelin restaurants. They must be in the cabal. Makes you think. Makes you think, Tierans. Brett says by knowing him, by knowing this chef. Congrats on your strong performance and dominant win, Rickadoozle. There we go. Pre-bunked is declaring Rickadoozle the winner. All right, Woody Marks just went. So now the sidekick must be not as in on these wide receivers. If it wants me to take Algier, I'll just see if it'll refresh. I'll take either. Okay, not Shahid. I'll take Algier here. We'll take Tyler Algier. All right. P.S. Rickadoozle, hats off to knowing your fellow touters' submissions. Yeah. I would have struggled with some of those for sure. There were definitely about 10 that I didn't recall. And there were only a couple that came up that you guys didn't know. you watch on TV. It's probably. I feel like a difficult chef could really make work absolutely miserable. So again, we're working 12, 14-hour days. Nothing but good thoughts for you dealing with that. 135 seems too high in my opinion. I think that should be closer to. I don't know if you're making a bit. There were 135 applicants, is what was said. There were 135 people entered. Rick says, I appreciate the vocal support, Bunky, and AZ cards. Brett says, Tori McPhail made me cry once. Oh my gosh. Thanks. A lot of silent supporters, but seeing once in a while is nice. Well, there you go. There you go, Rick. All right, we're coming up. Omar Cooper has been at the top of the kick. I think we'll take me some Omar Cooper here. I think that's fine. So now we're up to a 3-5-4-2. We've since added Keaton Mitchell, Tyler Algier, and then we added Omar Cooper. So our wide receiver room, pretty thin, but again, we only have to start 2 in Superflex. So Jamar Chase is going to lock up one of those spots, and then we got Waddle, Downs, and Omar Cooper. I don't mind this team. It's coming together so far. Angry Dragon, I do think you did well. Those, Rick, you were up against it for sure. Yeah, again, yeah. We discussed this before. It was a really tough prompt for both of you guys. Also, more important, Aaron Rodgers reportedly on his way to sign with the Steelers. We had Sweetleaf with some fake news. So I'm really hoping, Rickadoozle, this is not a troll job, because we are a highly overexposed to Aaron Rodgers and pre-draft stuff. So I certainly hope that's true. Burn Dougal, you mean the kids who are up all hours in New York eating at the best restaurants in the city because they can afford it? Wow, not really surprising. I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to. I'm sorry. Again, sometimes it's the delay between the chat gets to me, so I apologize. I don't know what that's in reference to. Tori is not Keller protege. He was an executive chef at Commander's Palace. Again, this is, oh my God, I'm on the clock. This is a world I'm not privy to. These high-end restaurant. I think I am closer to PPR Tyler's freezer of Go-Gurt than I am French Laundry. If those are the two, if that's the spectrum of food, I have to shoot straight with you all. Free my boy Will Howard. We'll see. I've been taking some Will Howard in Superflex. Could be bad. Caleb Johnson's. It's over. It's gonna be more over to microwave. They even added that Heidenreich character. Caleb is giga dead. Don't get used to it on this show. Juicel, don't want to steal chat. Well, there's not much charisma to steal, according to last night's stream. So you don't take what little charisma I have, please. I'm working with all I got. Free bunk. They're going to free Caleb Johnson to pursue other non-football endeavors. Horrendous pick last year that should make one rethink his life. I do wonder if he doesn't flub that play in special teams, how different is his life? It just feels like he didn't know the touchback rules, and that was it. Just absolute sent to the shadow realm of shadow realms. Dribbling Ghost, King of QC. That's unfortunate. I'll take Jeremy Bernard here. Gosh, the machine wants Kamara. You know what? Kamara's on the thumbnail. What are we thinking? Let's do it. Let's take Alvin Kamara. It's more toxic than Toxic Tower. Oh, wait, sorry. 3rd year break. Yeah. Brett says it's more toxic than Toxic Tower. I have to imagine it is tough. It is tough. OG Mans fan. First of all, appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. Goofy Chicken, PPR Tower, Chad, bring back Angry Dragon, and we got a finals. Well, that would be pretty sweet. Now, unfortunately, I don't think Angry Dragon, I think that was his shot to get back on. There's a lot of really good names in there that could absolutely make the final. But I would be thrilled if this was it. I would be thrilled if that was the final. Appreciate you so much, OG Mains fan. I guess I'll say my dark horse. I think Cups. I think Cups is really sharp. Is really sharp, and as he gets more comfortable on camera, he knows how to edit stuff. He's got an awesome model. He's got a good story. He, to me, is kind of the, I don't want to say under the radar, because I know he's been rated kind of highly, but I think he is a very formidable contestant here. Not that I can't list every single person in it, but I did want to mention. I auto drafted him once this year. Ooh, you talking about Caleb? Sorry, man. Sorry. Hartman, you can steal as much charisma from Chad as you want. He'll still make it. Yeah, exactly. No charisma, but makes it work. That's on the Candles family crest. No charisma, but makes it work at the bottom. Chris Burkle, Joe Flom of Skadden Arps, Slate, Mager, and Flom once fired a telephone operator who answered the phone. Skadden Arps, how may I direct your call? Because he didn't say his name. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is one of those white shoe law firms that I could only dream of working for. So all your chef stories won't skip. Yeah, I've worked for. When I was in law school, I interned for some judges, and a few of the law clerks thought they were just the cat's meow, and they were not very nice. They were not very nice to us plebeian interns. Chad has charisma. Why let the comment grow? Thank you to Microwave. Thank you. Angry Dragon FF, you're the best OG. Agrees. The kids call. I've wondered this, Tiger. Did they really shorten charisma to Riz, or did they start saying Riz and then we elderly folk backed out? Well, surely they mean charisma. I just wonder if a bunch of like 17-year-olds really, if that's really what happened. I feel like we're working backwards to think what they meant. I don't know. I really wonder the origin, if it really came from charisma, or if they got lucky. Cups is a good presenter, but he's not overt chatter. Thank you to Microwave. He's in my top 3 to win though. Yeah, again, we're gonna get well, if I may, I'm talking like I am in this. If I make it through, there are a lot of more steps to go. So we will see. I am hopeful because again, we don't know who's through yet. We don't know who's not through, other than a few of these on-camera challenges that we've gotten. All right, the machine wants Chris Brazel. What do you say? No, it doesn't. It wants Ted Hurst. Ted Hurst, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. I'll try to keep the board up better so people can see what's going on. Yeah, I can't wait for Kalshi to put show you think you can tout under betting markets. We need it. We definitely need it. Tiger says linguistic origins are really interesting in general. Perhaps it comes from the Latin e pluribus risimus. Exactly. I think that's on the back of the $5 bill. To Microwave, I'm a fixer and I see things. Time will tell. Hey, again, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, Angry Dragon, just ape into yourself at 1 cent. You never know. It could be like those UFC fights when they 2 weeks in a row they announced the wrong winner. They had Buffer announce the wrong winner. The markets all went to 99 cents and 1 cent, and then they switched it. and a few people made a killing because they knew it was wrong. So you never know. You never know. You just bet on yourself at 1. Pete comes on. He says it's Angry Dragon. You sell it all, and it's like, no, wait. There's been a change. There's been a change, but yeah, you know what? You never know. You never know. We've all seen enough reality shows where all of a sudden new people enter in the middle. So I think the only rules, as we learned last night, are that Pete makes the rules. Greg says, tell Pete to put these challenges on the YouTube channel. I'm falling behind. These people are getting axed. The last night was on Pete's After Dark that I think he said he's making public. And it wasn't, I guess it was a challenge for the show. So I don't know if it'll be on his channel or so you think you can doubt. You gotta put in your dig, Pre-Bunked, about the demise of best ball. I see you. Let's not go too far down that road today. Kids can't be bothered to enunciate multiple syllables. Yeah. What are they gonna do? The next generation after the Riz kids are gonna just say just is, like we're just gonna get shorter and shorter. Or we'll have Newspeak from 1984. He has double plus unriz. All right. I'm not taking Mason Taylor. I can't do that. I can't do that, guys. I'm going to take Chris Brazel. I don't know why he went from the top. Oh, no, I'm not going to get Chris Brazel. No, don't make me take. I just clicked a name because I don't know who was at the top of the queue. I don't want Booty. All right. Well, that was my own fault. I'll queue up Michael Mayer and Jatavion Sanders here. All right, my goodness. What a day. How many likes are we at? And appreciate all of you. We're at 601 subs. Again, I'm so thankful to hit the 600 sub mark with you all. It's been awesome. Again, it was not long ago that I again would have been just not believed you if you told me I had 600 subscribers. So again, thank you and hopefully we'll be at 600 more before you know it. I would be amazing to get to 1,000 subs before football season starts. That's a lofty goal, but we're going to try to hit it. Donnie GM came in late this morning, needed to catch up on yesterday's drama with the Coward. Great content. I'm pretty sure the best ball streets have never been more alive. Hey, appreciate that, Donnie Murphy. We definitely have we have Pete to thank, because it is tough to stream best ball every day in May when there is zero news, and there is only so many ways to say I think David Montgomery is a good click and then take him. Like it can be tough. So giving us stuff to talk about, Pete, thank you. At the very least, we have been gifted a great source of content that people really seem to enjoy. Hey, Bayou Bengal, thank you. Congrats on. Hey, appreciate you so much. Likewise, Yosh, congrats. Hey, thank you, Purple Yosh. Thank you. A Taminga, appreciate that. Arlox, likewise. Thank you so much, Arlox. My truth serum will be I can't get tout. No, you would. You have people like you, Go Easy Cards. You would do really well. Donnie Murphy, 601, congrats. Hey, thank you. At 1,001, do another bagel. Yeah, ATX Bearcat famously remembers when I had to jump off stream to make my wife a bagel. That was a good one. Congrats on 600, 1K around the corner. It is. We are closer to 1K than not. Not my favorite draft thoughts on my squad. All right, East of Ethan, I'll take a look. And then I will, I'm going to hop in a puppy next, I think. Carved Muffin, GM to you. Appreciate you so much. All right, let's see. East of Ethan. 3485. Again, I don't do a ton of Superflex, so take my thoughts with a grain of salt because I'm not as in these streets. Daniels, Herbert Ward. All right, 3 QB is pretty good. A-Chain Love, White Marks. My only commentary is the difference between Superflex and regular is you only have to start 2 wide receivers. You only have to start 2 running backs, but again, our regular flex, just as a general rule, we kind of prefer if a running back's hitting it. I mean, that's with a huge caveat. So to me, it's a little light in running back stuff, but you do have A-Chain and Love. So you do have 2 elite running backs there. I probably would have taken a 5th, but again, I don't know. I don't know what the sidekick would have said. I don't know what the true Superflex ball knowers would say, but just like off the rip, it just looks a touch light. Your wide receiver room's great. Devonta Smith, Ladd, Devontae Adams, Lemon, Golden, Debo, Judy, Dell. Yeah, I mean, some of these late clicks, your nice fence swings like Debo and Dell, getting a big discount on Judy since Cleveland added some guys. I mean, honestly, Judy's live. I don't know if it's contract friendly. I feel like NFL teams can always make it work. Like, I could see him malcontently forcing his way out and getting to a better spot. Tight end room: Laporta, Sadiq, Schultz, Helm, and Ferguson. Yeah, so just a lot of tight end firepower. Again, I don't know if I would have gone with 5, but taking a running back at pick 223, are they ever really going to hit your lineup? Probably not. Probably not. It was a sidekick draft. All right, so there you go. I thought this, you can sometimes the sidekick stops at 4. Sometimes it stops at 4. So again, it's not gonna add a running back at pick 223 if it thinks it won't hit your lineup. So there you go. But yeah, it's how the sidekick builds some of these teams, and if it's the way it sims. Again, it's hard for me to see five tight ends, but if that's what the sims are saying, I mean, the sims are based in pure unemotional math, and that's that is what they're saying. I look at 5 tight ends and I get a little queasy, but the machine has an iron stomach. To Microwave, you donated. Chad won't say it. No, well, again, it's one of those where if the 4 tight ends, if 4 running backs are going to score the most points versus adding to the other rooms, I don't know. Angry Dragon, congrats you. Hey, appreciate that, Angry Dragon. Appreciate that. East of Ethan, it wanted Montgomery and Kamara, but you took them, so it pivoted. Yeah, I went a little rogue in my sidekick. We also have Kamara on the thumbnail, so I couldn't end up with none of him. All right, puppy time. Not big dog time. Dear God. All right. There we go. There we go. All right, waiting for 6. Waiting for 6. For those of you in the golf streets, I don't know if my official, did I say this? I'm losing my mind. Ricky Fowler. Ricky Fowler is my one and done. If I had Xander still, I probably would use him. I used Xander at Torrey Pines, where he missed his first cut in 72 events. So that was not great. Not great. So if you have him, that's probably where I would use him. I don't have him. So we're using Ricky Fowler this week. I still like Ricky, but it's a little bit going off the board. Did I use Rory or hold? It's tough. It's tough, Mr. Vinegar, because Rory has really elite course history here. He's the odds-on favorite. What is he, like 5.5 to 1 here? Let me see. Let me see what it is. He is not UFC. Yeah, he's 6 to 1 on the odds board. It's fine. It's a signature event. I don't know why I feel like I would prefer to use Xander and hold Rory for something else if you still got him. But I don't know. I don't know why being the week before the major makes me a little nervous. Like, the PGA is next week. So sometimes these elite players, it can be just like a little wonky. He sat out last week. So I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think I'd use Rory in one and done, but I could, if Rory wins, we shouldn't be surprised at all. So I don't know. I don't feel like I've seen a ton of buzz using him this week. but maybe that would make him a decent play. GM Mr. Candle says Miles Westfield. Hey, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a great morning. Chris, hit 600. Get the influencer. I know. There we go. There we go. Mr. Candles, can I propose an FFPC main event co-owners entry with you? Maybe a few others. I would consider it. I have not done an FFPC main event, though. So I don't want to rule anything out, but that's that. I have not really done much. I've done the first FFPC stuff I did was playoff best ball. Or their what do they call it? I always get confused between them and FFC. So whichever ones they do, I was doing those. I gotta stop joining lobbies before 10. Was not trying to be here with you sweats. That's why you gotta tune in, Lutz. You gotta tune in and find out when we're hopping in a room. But appreciate you, Lutz. Sorry. Jake, don't have X. Could go Ricky or Hovland. Yeah, let me see. I might have some ownership, potential ownership stuff. So Rory looks like he might be the highest owned guy this week. I'm seeing him as the highest owned one and done pick. So I guess if you were near the top, I might like it a little more than if you're trying to chase people down. If you're not cashing, I would consider going a different route. I think Oberg is pretty popular. I think he sets up well for here. I kind of like Fleetwood. He's not getting a ton of he's not getting as much ownership as I thought he would. I don't know if you have to go as far down as as Fowler, but I think those are the pivots I might make there. Greg says Rory is hot off a break, but it's been 4 weeks since he's played. Yeah, he hasn't played since. Has he played since the Masters? I don't think he has, right? Yeah, he hasn't played since the Masters. So it just makes me nervous too. Angry Dragon, got a class now, got to educate. Hey, appreciate you. We know the youth is in good hands, Angry Dragon. Appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. Go AZ Cards wants to save Rory or Fleetwood for the Open. I feel like Fleetwood's always bad at the Open. I don't know why. The other thing you have to watch out for the Open is that the courses vary a lot from year to year. Like as far as they're not all like links courses. Some of them are a little bit different. Some of them correlate a lot better to others. So your results may vary. Some of them are a lot shorter than others. So different types of players might do well. It's a really interesting it's a really interesting tournament. But my recollection is kind of no matter where it's been, Fleetwood's been kind of mediocre. I'd have to make sure I'm not just making that up though. Because I always assume like, oh yeah, I'll use the best British guy at the Open. Last time Rory took a break, he won the Masters. That is true. That is true. All right, we got Bijan. Do we do another Bijan Jacobs team? Do you want to do something different? I don't know what I want to do. I think I want Jacobs, though. I think I want to go Bijan Jacobs and then something else. I think we'll go receiver, though. But who? Is it just George Pickens? No, you know what? Let's do Nico. Let's do Nico. All right, so we got Bijan Jacobs and Nico here. Caddy Kev says Shinnecock is a Lynx course wide open. Have to play well in the wind. Yeah, Shinnecock is an interesting animal. It's wasn't that where I can't remember if it was where the greens turned like purple on Sunday, and they're like we've lost the course. Was that Shinnecock at the U.S. Open there? I can't remember, but I know Shinnecock is really tough. And again for the majors, I've used too many of the studs. Like I've already used Scotty and Rory and Cam Young and Xander. So I'm where I have to use live guys at the 3 remaining majors, Caddy Kev. I think I've really boxed myself to where I don't want to use like Morikawa, who I think is my best player left. I've used Fitz. I think my best remaining players are like Fleetwood, Oberg, and Morikawa. So I'm pretty much stuck using live guys. Definitely gonna have to use Bryson and Rahm, and might need to like take Hatton in one of them even. Yeah, a lot of Jacobs are locks. A lot of Jacobs. I think I am 3 for 3. Yes, Go Easy Cards. I will message you about the Memorial Day, Memorial Day stream, because I think I might be traveling, but I might be able to stream on Memorial Day. So let me see. ST80, loving the channel. Hey, appreciate that so much, ST. Thanks so much for hanging out. Go Easy Cards. Saving Scott, eh? Assuming you're talking about Adam Scott, I used him at the Players. And I'm really bummed because I thought Adam Scott was going to have like a resurgent year, and he is, but I used him at the one place that he had like a T55 or something awful. But I saw the metrics behind Adam Scott were really coming around, and I wanted to be early on it, and I was too early. If you're talking about Scotty Scheffler, I used him at the Heritage, and he lost in the playoff to Fitz, so that kind of sucked. I didn't get a win from Scotty, but what are you gonna do? At least we got a second and a signature, but he's gonna win a big event, and that's bad. FK Coolers, yeah, Shinnecock was the one where it turned unplayable. Yes, it's where Phil putted his ball while it was rolling. I remember that. Gaddy Kev, because I'm a big Phil Mickelson stan. He was just so fed up, and he like did the numbers. He's like, this is gonna roll off the green, and I'm gonna lose like another 3 strokes, or I do this and I take like the penalty. That was wild. He did the math, and he's like, I am not dealing with this again. Yeah, 2018 at Shinny. Yeah. I wonder if we're gonna get that again. I want Berger or Zalatoris to win a major this year. Yeah, what happened to Berger? He had that. The lapse is tough because Bhatia chased him down. Bhatia went like lights out. Berger didn't even play that bad down the stretch. He made that. I think he made like a bogey on 18, but it wasn't like he like was awful. But we haven't like heard anything from him since. BB Chosen being up first time to catch an early stream. What's good? Hey, Best Ball Chosen, appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming in, hanging out. We're about to make a pick, but BB Chosen through to the next round. Again, the winner of the fan vote. Appreciate you, and you get to see us take the most on-brand picks. Cam Scatabo and Colston Loveland, welcome to the team. 2 of my favorite clicks here. So we got Bijan, Jacob, Scatabo, in a wide receiver room of Nico Collins sitting by himself and Colston Loveland at tight end. But hey, this is a start I like. And Jewish McCaffrey tweeted out basically saying that the teams from the 1 and 2 hole are just demonstrably better than other slots. I agree. I feel like the starts you get here are really hard to screw up. You end up with your top 3 picks are really good. Like Bijan, Jacobs, and Collins versus Cook, A-Chain, and McMillan. And S1000 Watts, he didn't do anything wrong. But I just think I take this every time. Here. So I don't know. I want to like everywhere on the board, but I really feel like the teams you get on this side are just vastly superior. And then the quarterbacks you get at picks, if you're in the top 2, picks 95 to 98, you can take a couple really good quarterbacks if you want. And then when you hit the pocket of quarterbacks in rounds 11 and rounds 10 and 11, you have your kind of pick of the litter there too. I don't know. Not that I hate the back of the board. Like, you do get cracks at really good running backs. I mean, we literally see 8 running backs go in a row. But I don't know. I just feel a lot better with the front. Oh, Lux, Rappaport tweet 5 minutes ago says Rodgers meeting with Steelers tomorrow and will likely play for so Rick Aduzel not lying when he said that earlier. So appreciate that, Arlox. That is let's hope that happens, because I have been taking a hefty amount of Aaron Rodgers. At least I was in pre-draft. I haven't taken as much post-draft. So maybe I let the FUD get to me a little. Chris, though, likes picking from the back of the board a lot. Yeah. Again, I feel like it feels good when you're over in the back of the board, but then you compare it to the very front, and I just don't quite like it as much. I guess it depends on how you feel about sort of Love and Jacobs, because if you don't break them if you don't consider them too much of a drop off as the other round 2 running backs, then you're getting Bijan or Gibbs with them. I don't know. It is interesting. It is interesting for sure. The other thing is, if you like elite tight end, you can usually get one of Bowers or McBride, or you can wait and take Loveland, or you can wait and take Warren. Like you get a lot of different opportunities. Bate says, I struggle rounding out receiver at the front of the board, gut feel. Yeah, I suppose we're about to find out. Like, if I need a wide receiver here, it's a little grim. Like, the top on the board is Parker Washington, DK Metcalf. That I don't love. Which is one of the wonky things about Loveland. If I take a wide receiver and now I get Warren here, then I feel even better about my life. All right. The kick wants Drake May. Interesting. I don't take a lot of May. You guys know my first truth serum take was actually that I'm kind of out on Drake May, but let's take Drake May and see if it then recommends Ramondre. I'm curious, or if Pollard will stay ahead of him, or will the teammate correlation overcome? Let's see. I think I'm personally going to queue up. I'm going to take Ramondre. All right. Ramondre moves to the top. Awesome. I am in alignment. All right. And now we can back off running back, because I agree. I don't really love this range. Metcalf, Addison, Sutton, Wilson. I have soured significantly on Wilson than I did than pre-draft, unfortunately. JD's asking, isn't the rap tweet that he's visiting to discuss nothing about likelihood to play, or did he tweet again? I have not seen the tweet. Maybe I should, maybe I should pull that up. Okay, Underdog tweeted 30 minutes ago, Aaron Rodgers expected to re-sign per 937 The Fan. It'd help if I knew how to spell Rappaport. Ian Rappaport tweeted, while the hashtag Steelers gave Rodgers the UFA tender, that's considered a placeholder. Hard to imagine he plays for $15 million, which is why a deal must be worked out and finalized, but finality is coming soon, sources say. So he's it sounds like the reports are moving in the direction of signing, but again, with Aaron Rodgers, you really never know until pen is put to paper. Chris, I have Genty, A-Chain, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers start, and a Frenchie slow feels excellent. Genty, A-Chain. Yeah, and that's obviously from the right side of the board. So that's pretty nice. That's definitely nice. So there you go. To Michael Wave, they're going to pay A-Chain. We're almost close to panic time. Well, he showed up at their workouts, right? I don't think it's panic time on A-Chain. Again, I worry about much in life. I don't think A-Chain's contract is on the list. My other Frenchie is Genty, A-Chain, Devonta, Garrett Wilson, Judkins, Jalen Hurts. Where did you get Hurts? You must have gotten... That sounds late, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got Hurts in the 6th round. Okay. I don't know why I thought that was the 7th round. That's still pretty nice. Tweet posted in Slappy Central. Okay, cool. OG Mans, I'm sure the chat knows, but if not, Aaron Rodgers signing this weekend. If he flies in tonight, what other reason would be in Berg? Here we go. The smoke is rising. Okay, good. As long as it didn't freeze in an unflattering position. That's out of the 8 hole. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, nice. That's definitely both nice starts there. So we're coming around. We got picks 96, 97. Wide receivers. Yeah, wide receivers do get pretty thin. We will see what the kick recommends. But again, we got Bijan, Jacobs, Scatabo, Ramondre. So we can really back off of running back at this point if we have to. But we will see. We will see. Pull the board up so people can see what's going on. Michael Wilson falling to 96. Okay, yeah, he goes at pick 93. Man, how the Cardinals have fallen. We are all afraid of Carson Beck. Good golly. Good golly. All right, Bo Nix is at the top of the rankings as it stands. I was seeing if Purdy was there. Purdy just went. You know what? I'm gonna take Matthew Golden. I know we kind of did this before. I'm wondering if it's gonna move Love up or not. Does Love move up? Curious. If I take Downs, it opens up Daniels. I pick 145. Okay, so it didn't move Love up. It kept Nix at the top of the queue. We took Golden and Downs. This is more that I am okay trying to push, if I have to push, because we have Drake May, to Stroud and or Daniel Jones. Pick 141 and 145. We pick at 144 and 145 in rounds 12 and 13. Will I have the courage to wait to take any quarterbacks till then? I don't know. But we will at least have the option. We've made a little bit of a bet on the Green Bay Packers with Golden and Jacobs, but we're going to see what the room ultimately hands to us. So hopefully things work. Ball is Life FF. Hey, good morning to you, Ball is Life. Appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. Jake, Shady, don't update the Sims yet. Let us get Rodgers and Superflex one more day. Yeah. I'd been IKBing and taking some Will Howard. That's aging worse by the minute here. Arlock saw that Chess Liam might be in on RJ Harvey at his price. He's fallen quite a bit. Where is RJ Harvey's price now? He went at pick 91. Yeah. I mean, people were taking him in the 40s. I was pretty out on that. If I look at my my pre-draft. How much Harvey do I have? I have very little. Yeah, I had 2% RJ Harvey. So it must have been one big board, and I don't even know how you get up to $8. But yeah, very little RJ Harvey. But I'll take him in the 90s. But he's not my favorite click, but he's definitely more palatable now that he's that cheap. Definitely willing to take him here versus earlier. I thought he was grossly overpriced when J.K. Dobbins, to me, is just the lead back, but we just don't want it to be. So we're taking Harvey. And then they draft Jonah Coleman. So 23% exposure to Aaron Rodgers, breathing a sigh of relief. Yeah, for sure. For sure. To Microwave, he was too low at 66. He's a smash now. Yeah, again, I'm not. I think now he's kind of fairly priced, and so I'm happy to take him in the 90s. But it's going to be annoying all year, which is why we play best ball, because you can draft an annoying player like RJ Harvey and you don't have to guess when he's useful. You can just guess that he is useful in some number of games, and hopefully those games come when you need him to be useful. So I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, we can catch our breath. We can catch our breath. Let's see what Blue List has been up to. He's got JSN, Drake London, Etienne, Bucky, Devontae Adams. So he actually has 2 guys that have gotten cheaper. So kind of nice. You know, this would be a tough team to have made in the big board. Bucky at 43, Devonta at 54. Chuba Hubbard, Jalen Warren, RJ Harvey. Look at this guy. This value hound, Blue List. Look at you go. No badge. No. Wait, you have a red badge. Didn't Blue List have no badge? Am I imagining things? And then Bo Nix and Casey Concepcion. BB Chosen has $10 Harvey pre-draft. There you go. Yeah, so you're in the same boat. Are you taking him now? Have you come around? Because at this point, I'm willing to take him at this new price. Again, he was way too expensive before. All right, let's see. Curious. Oh, you know what I did? I think it took the pre-draft exposure. I think, because I do not have $615 of Khalil Shakir post-draft. So I might have to go over to the exposures page and maybe we can adjust that. Ugh, I don't want Higgins. What am I doing? No, I'm too slow. Can I get Shakir? Can I listen to the kick? Shady, help. All right, I did it. I got Shakir. I don't want Higgins. I don't care that I have Nico. I'll get my guy Higgins there. The machine wants Rachaad White. Gosh, I don't like Rachaad White. I really don't like Rachaad White. All right, we'll take Rachaad White. We'll eat our vegetables. No more running backs for this team. We've got a 1-5-4-1. Drake, May, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Cam Scatterbo, Ramondre, Rachaad White, Nico Collins, Matthew Golden, Josh Downs, Khalil Shakir, Colston Loveland. So the only thing that might be bad about passing Higgins is that the Ultimate Higgins drafter is now incentivized to take Stroud, especially if it's like Game Tight, who only has 1 QB, or Blue List, who only has 1. We're live to lose that, but we'll see. We will see. BB Chosen has 2 right now. Okay. Yeah, I probably don't have a ton. I still at cost definitely prefer Dobbins. But I don't want to have none of RJ Harvey, because he did have some spike weeks, and we just never know. It was just a little broader pre-draft, but didn't click Harvey once. Okay. BB likes Dobbins over Harvey. Oh my gosh, Go Easy Cards, 5 members. And then gives another. Yes. Hey. Go Easy Cards. Thank you so much. It means so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Yeah, thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I'll get those 5 candles rolling. I think his roll's the safest. Depends how you look at it. The Dobbins Bros are tough cookies. You mean Dobbins roll is the safest? Because that's where I'm at. Oh, did BB Chosen get a Memby? Heck yes. Let's go. Let's go. Go Easy Card. 6 Membys for 600 subs. You know it. Yes, there's your Easter egg, Miles Westfield. I misspelled Cade Otten as Kate Cotton, I believe, in the crawl, and I still haven't fixed it. All right. Go Easy Cards. Thank you. Let's get some candles going here. Go Easy Cards. You are the man. Let's see who received them. We had BB Chosen, Hockey Hooligan, Kev Wheeler, Jeffern, Best Ball 210, and Brad Skiz. So again, hey, thank you. Thank all of you. Thank you for those of you tuning in who won the memberships. Huge thank you again to Go Easy Cards. So let's get those rocking and rolling. So we've got BB Chosen from Go Easy Cards. We missed out on Stroud. He went to Brandman from Go Easy on 5/7/26. Awesome. He's safe to get injured. Well, I hope not. I hope not. All right, let's see. We're coming back around. We did not get Stroud. If we don't get Daniel Jones, we're screwed. But guess what? Luis B has no quarterbacks. We're not going to get Daniel Jones, but we can all watch him disappear from my queue together. All right, we'll queue Bryce Young up. Hopefully we get one of those at least. All right. We got Hockey Hooligan. Hockey Hooligan. Again, thank you. Lurkers number 1, Hockey Hooligan. I'm not super familiar with your username, but appreciate you hanging out nonetheless. All right, 26. Thank you. Woody Marks. All right, Luis, get it over with. Take Daniel Jones from me. He takes Daniel Jones from me. We knew that was coming. So then, do we take Mendoza? Do we break the heart of the where is he? Where's the Bowers drafter? I don't know. Well, we will take Bryce Young because we really do need a quarterback. You guys want to see a man capitulate on stream? I'll take Travis Hunter. I've been taking no Travis Hunter. I have been the Travis Hunter as a cornerback guy. I think it's time to just take some at pick 145. So we have capitulated utterly and completely to the cabal. That's like my first Travis Hunter share all year. Maybe I took him on a top click Tuesday, but that is that is it. All right, so we got Hockey Hooligan and we've got BB Chosen. Let me get those two. Let me get those two rocking and rolling. Appreciate you, BB Chosen. Congrats again. Well-deserved advancement to the next round. The fan vote spoke, so BB Chosen, let's get you here. And Hockey Hooligan, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get you rocking and rolling. Oh no. No. All right. Almost lost one. Almost lost one. Just needed a little boost. Needed a little boost there. All right. Next up, we've got Kev Wheeler. Kev Wheeler, appreciate you. Kev Wheeler. All right. From Go AZ Cards. Go AZ. All right. Let's get you on 5/7. 26. All right, looking at the board, not seeing anything super weird going on. Surprised Louise B didn't take Mendoza there. So let's get those going. And then we got Jeffern 8. Appreciate you. Jeffern 8 from Go AZ Cards. Go AZ. On 5/7. 26. Let's get you fired up here. ATX Bearcat noting 3 for a Dachshund. So if anyone wants to get a Dachshund rocking and rolling, ATX Bearcat is your man. So let's get that. Got some candles rolling here. Now, next one up is Best Ball 210. Best Ball 210, appreciate you so much for hanging out with us today. Hope your day's going well. Best Ball 210 from Go AZ Cards. From Go AZ, 5/7. 26. All right, Mendoza goes. It was definitely too much to hope that Mendoza would come back to us. Let's make sure we get our friend Best Ball 210 here. Thank you so much again, Go AZ Cards. A legend, truly one of the good ones. We're coming around. Bunch of tight ends to blueless. Goddard, Strange, and Barner. Let's see. What does the machine want us to do? So far, it has Hawkinson and Schultz. Again, would have been nice if we had gotten a Stroud onto this team, but alas, we did not. All right, Jacoby Brissett goes. We take Aaron Rodgers, right? He's gonna rise. I don't think I can afford. I don't really want to stop at 2 quarterbacks with May and Young, but I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers and see if we get any kind of recalculation here, or if we still have Hawkinson at the top of the charts. My hunch is Hawkinson will stay up there. He does. All right, so let's grab Hawkinson. Again, another guy I was out on, but have since come around to. So for the audio listeners, we're up to a 3-5-5-2. Drake May, Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers, Bijan, Jacobs, Scatabo, Ramondre, Rashad White, Nico Collins, Matthew Golden, Josh Downs, Khalil Shakir, Travis Hunter, and then Loveland and Hawkinson. I mean, I know we did a couple IKBs. I know I took Aaron Rodgers, which isn't what the kick wanted, but otherwise it has pushed us to take some guys we were not as comfortable with, like Travis Hunter, like Hawkinson, like Rashad White, names that I probably should be clicking on, but need a little prodding to do it. So that is, if nothing else, I do appreciate that the sidekick will make me uncomfortable and get guys that I otherwise on my own wouldn't take as much. Hunter is a good pick. Yeah, he probably is. He probably is. I've just been out on him. But again, we don't need to rehash the whole I'm not saying you, but I don't want to rehash the whole Travis Hunter wars. I just round 13 and on. I'll take the flyer. Mini Golden might fill tonight. Yeah, I haven't done any Mr. Vinegar. I think I have to. Miles Westfields is in the Dachshund. There you go. I haven't done any of the Mini Golden. Not fond of winner take all. Yeah, I guess it's more if you want to scratch the drafting itch for $2, but it's winner take all is pretty brutal. I say that as I enter this, so you think you can doubt competition, which is essentially a winner take all. Winner take all. There is one spot. There's one spot, but you know what? We will fight tooth and nail for that one spot. Bayou Bengal. Dachshund says Miles Westfield. Same bio. I know it's only $2, but so the UDFAs that had nice structure. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something like UDFA format. Arlox, what % chance Hunter is a 0? I know we want risers. I don't think 0. If I want to be semantic, I don't think there's any chance it's a 0, because I think they're going to scheme up touches for him no matter what. I think they're going to have some packages. There might be some games even where they use him more. I have some concern about the just that he's nowhere near a full-time player. To me, I envision him playing no more than 50%, running 50% of the routes. But the bull case is that he does, and he's a full-time wide receiver. So I don't know. I see a huge downside, but again, I just have to admit that he's cheap enough to the bull case that they traded up to the number 2 pick to get a guy to play wide receiver, and he's actually talented, that I shouldn't just not wave it away, because it feels like a dumb way to just lose a whole year. So that's where I'm at. Zero's tough, but he's a wide receiver 4 whose body probably can't hold up to. Yeah. There's a lot of skinny wide receivers out there to microwave. We will see. We will see. I don't know if I'm more sympathetic to that than like any other like flight of frame receiver. Jeremy Bernard goes. I would have loved Jeremy Bernard, obviously, with Aaron Rodgers. I was kind of targeting him, but I should have known that there was no way he would come around to us. Yeah, so Rodgers is going to be tough to stack. Bryce Young is also going to be tough to stack. I guess I can queue up Freiermuth here. Although just in a vacuum, I think Cade Otton's a much better click. So if Otton's gone, then we're taking Freiermuth. Otton's not gone. I mean, I think it's the stacking we're just going to have to forego. I don't really like Tank Dell. I do have genuine concerns that he doesn't play much this year with that just catastrophic injury. And I'm going to pull up Chris Brazzell so that I do end up stacking Bryce Young just a touch. I like Brazzell. Now, I know some other people are in on him, so he might not be there, but there's a lot of other guys I can take as Mr. Irrelevant, but at least this one completes a stack. So we'll take Chris Brazzell. Chris doesn't like the rake on the Mini Golden. I don't know what it is. Pre-bug, do I have any pull with the leg up, guys? $1 million winner take all. I do not have much pull, and I definitely don't have enough pull to throw the gauntlet down on a $1 million winner take all challenge. I apologize, pre-bug. That's well above my pay grade. Miles, I got Hunter for 2/3 the other day, and it felt kind of good. Yeah, there was peak FUD. Peak FUD. Let me get the last candle going. I did not forget about you, Brad Skiz. Don't fret. Do not fret, Brad. I got you. Brad Skiz from Go AZ Cards. Again, Go AZ Cards, thank you so much. From Go AZ on 5-7. But this was a ton of fun. This was a great stream. Yesterday was a banner day in the best ball content streets, and I have to imagine we've got more of those coming up. So let's get Candle Cam rolling here. Again, Go AZ Cards. Thank you. We got our candles rocking and rolling. Body can't hold up to being tackled, dude. He won the Heisman. To Microwave, we've seen it with him. I don't predict injury unless you show me Ala Dobbins. Might be too early on Hunter, but he's a part-time wide receiver 4 who looked good in a blowout. Might need him week 17. Yeah, my mantra is kind of like just don't fade guys who could be the guy you need in week 17. He's kind of fringe. Like I really have trouble seeing it, but I can see it even if I have to squint pretty hard. So yeah, we will see. Go AZ Cards. Can you use the R2D2 mic for Memorial Day? Again, I think I'm going to be traveling, so I might bring it because it's more portable than this setup. So we'll see. Of course, pre-bugged. Of course. The Microwave. Miles against kids. He couldn't play both sides. I get it. Chad doesn't want to bring it up. No, it's not that I don't want to bring it up to Microwave. I feel like I brought it up a lot before. In that I don't see the injury route as a way to get him on the field more, but I also was saying that thinking he's like a full-time cornerback. And so I can't, no other team in the same boat would say, oh no, our wide receiver 2 got injured. Let's pull our cornerback 1 off of the defensive side of the field and let him play offense, even if he was really good receiver. Like, I don't think teams want to like muck with their defense. And I feel like elite corners are harder to come by I feel like it's a harder position to fill in than wide receiver. Like, I feel like there's a lot of replacement level wide receivers out there versus like if you go from elite corner to like not good corner or scrap heap corner, like your defense can kind of crumble on you. So that was my fear, is that there's an out people see that I don't really see. That said, they have made it clear that they want him to play some offense. He is. That's my argument. That's been my argument, is that he is a really good corner, and they're not going to want to have their really good corner play on the other side of the ball. But if they do let him play 2 ways to a near full-time level, then he's probably pretty good. But that's why we're taking him in round 13. Again, I want to be at like 4 or 5% probably. I'm not fully trying to get to like that market. All right, let's see. Jacoby Lane at the top of the kick. Jack Betch. Wish I had something I was really into. Vele. Gosh, I'm happy to see that the sidekick's in on Vele because I have a lot of him pre-draft. And it's oh no, I was scrolled down. Never mind. All right, I'm gonna take Christian Kirk. No, I'm not. I'll take Booty. Fine. Big faller here. Most big ADP value. We do have Drake May. So there we go. I think this might be one of our first Booty shares. Tank's going to play. He's good. Can't draft scared. Is he though? Goods? I don't know. I'm really leery about Tank Dell. Always a great way, Purple Yosh. I appreciate that so much. I agree with you. I agree. Saber, GM to you. Hope you're having a great one. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Indeed, Go AZ Cards. That reminds me, I was actually signing on to make emotes, and I failed, and I failed miserably. Jake, they did trade up to take him at 2 because he's a 2-way player. Yeah, at this point I don't know. I really don't know why. It's also like new regime coming in. They want to make a splash. Like, he's a super exciting player. I don't know. He's been tough for me. This is me being open and honest. I have been out on Travis Hunter, and you see me take him. The offense looked better without him. He only did good when they were up 28. I guess if he falls, but I can't get some. Again, Tim, I've just come around to where he's cheap enough to where I'm willing to take. I took him a little ahead of ADP too, just because I was at the turn. Gotta be Booty. We took Booty. BTJ gets traded. I'm toast. I'll give them that. Yeah. Again, just don't know. If Travis Hunter, Ayuk, Tyreek, or Sharp beat me week 17, I'll tip my cap and draft some playoff. But that's fair. A lot of those names I agree with. Ayuk, Tyreek, Sharps, I'm there. Everyone, this was awesome. This was a ton of fun. Huge thanks to Gunnar Ross and to GoAZ Cards. Congrats to all the new members. Appreciate you so much. Welcome to the Wax Pack. I think tomorrow will be members only right after the regular stream. We'll probably do it like last week where we did 2 drafts and then we moved over to Membies and did like a BBM. So I think that's the plan unless plans change. Until Diggs and Tucker rise, Hunter's explosive weekly spike in the ADP range, better in best ball exists. Yeah. I disfavored thought better in best ball, but I agree, Dr. One, the professor. Ball is life. It's true. Trevor finally looked like the golden boy once the offense went from BTJ, Hunter to Parker and Jacoby. Again, these are all arguments I have long been sympathetic to and have taken no Travis Hunter. Here, let me prove to you pre-draft. Let me type in the word Hunter. Hunter Henry. No Travis Hunter. I agree with all these. Trust me. I'm with you. I was fully in the you're drafting a cornerback. I've come around a little bit to that. I was being too cocky with that. But again, we're not going to get above market. We're not getting above market. I'm tunneled into Parker Washington week 16, 18. He looked like a legit superstar. He looked good. Everyone, if you can though, drop a like, drop a sub. I will see you all tomorrow again. Appreciate all of you so much. Take care, everyone.